Hi guys, I'm sitting here trying to do the Jeffrey. Hi, how are you? So if you haven't already guessed from the title of this video, in today's video I am going to be doing a full face of makeup. What I already did, because I already did that. I don't know why I'm acting like I haven't done it yet. So I'm going to be doing this look with the new Rebel Rose collection from Wet n Wild. I have to say guys, they sent me the whole little limited edition collection. It includes 4 liquid lipstick, which are bomb colors. These are very nice. I like that there's a dark romantic twist to Valentine's Day tomorrow. And then it comes with 3 different eyeshadow palettes. For today's look, I did pick out, what was it? Secret Garden Rendezvous, which is this top one. The other ones are pretty similar, however, different colors. I really like the color choices. You can't see that on camera because there's a glare, but really beautiful palette. There's also a pH balance blush, which is a cream blush. It adapts to your pH levels and gives you a custom blush. Another part of the collection is the Rose Primer Serum. So this is similar to the Farsali face serum, and I'll talk about that later. And then also in this is the Rose Multi-Use Oil, which has some little rose petals in there. I have not used this guy. I feel like I personally wouldn't use this with my makeup just because I don't want to get oily throughout the day. And then there is a rose toner, which you easily just spray. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spritz my face a little bit. Smells like rose, which is really nice. I really like this. This is alcohol free, by the way. So that's really nice. A lot of setting sprays and toners have alcohol in them, and that's so bad for your skin. It also comes with a pH custom color lip tint or lip gloss or lip balm. Lip balm, that's the word. This was nice. I love the texture on it. I did try it on before I filmed this video, and it unfortunately made my lips super pink, so I'm gonna omit this from the video, but I just thought I should bring it up since this is the intro. With that being said, they also sent me 2 brushes. These are this beautiful rose looking brushes. They very much so remind me of Beauty and the Beast. They are just so beautiful. I actually loved using this blush brush. It's just really pretty, really nice, and really fluffy and really dense. I did not try out the eyeshadow brush because, let's be honest, this is not it, fam. This is not it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy it. I would totally buy it because they are just so cute. They go together. But personally, well, if I was on the go, I would definitely use this just as like a one eyeshadow color look. But for all this glam, this ain't it. This isn't it. I almost thought of applying lipstick with this, but then I was like, no. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure you turn on those notifications so that you can be notified every time I make a video. And without wasting any more time, let's just dive into the tutorial. Okay guys, so welcome to the demo portion of this video. So I've already done my brows off camera, and I've already put concealer on my eyelids just so that I could go ahead and get started on the eyeshadow. So with the Rebel Rose collection from Wet n Wild, they did release 3 different limited edition eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So this one is called House of Thorns. It has red, green, black, and like a beigey color. It's super pretty. They also have Bed of Roses, which is more of a mauve tone. It has 2 glitter shades, a satin shade, and a matte shade. This one's super dope. And then they have Secret Garden Rendezvous. So this one has pink, blue, a beige, and a really beautiful highlighter tone. They're super beautiful. I'm probably gonna go in with Secret Garden Rendezvous just because I think it's the funnest colors. I'm gonna go in with my MAC 224S brush. This is kind of a blender brush. So I'm just gonna take a random bronzer, and I'm gonna use that as a transition shade. So I would normally just go in with the bronzer, and I would just go into my crease and really diffuse that color. So that's just gonna give my eye a little bit of dimension and really open it up and give some definition to the crease, because as you guys know, I have very small eyelids, so I gotta make the small space that I have look extra big. So next I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia A225 brush. So I'm gonna go in with this, the eyeshadows don't have names on them, but I'm gonna go in with the pretty rose tone color. I'm gonna dip that in there, hope and pray to God that it's pigmented, and I'm just gonna pack it onto the outer corner. I'm gonna go back into my bronzer shade and I'm just gonna take a little bit and kind of just softly diffuse the edges. So once I've done that, I'm gonna go in with the same color and I'm gonna apply some to the inner corner. I'm gonna go in with the halo eye, which you guys may or may not hate me for, but I love myself a good halo eye. So I'm gonna go in with that same shade and just apply it to the inner corner using the same brush. Now I'm gonna take this Morphe, I think it's like a smudger. No, I don't even know what this is, guys, but it's a Morphe brush. I'm gonna go into the blue shade. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply a little bit to the outer corner and the inner corner, and I'm gonna go ahead and just pat it in. I'm not gonna do any blending per se. I'm just gonna pat it into the areas that I want to deepen. So now that I've created a nice base for my halo eye, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease. I'm gonna be taking an Anastasia 20 brush, which is just a flat eyebrow brush, I believe. I'm gonna take the Photo Focus Concealer Wet n Wild, and I'm just gonna cut the crease. Next, I'm just going to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush and I'm going to go into the original red tone and just blend in a little bit to the edges of the cut crease just to make it look a little more diffused. Okay guys, so after we've cut the crease, all I did is I went in with that original color, which was the deep rose plummy shade, and I took that and kind of just diffused it on the edges of the cut crease. So after that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a concealer brush. This is from the brand, I don't even know, it got scratched off, but I got it in my BoxyCharm. So I'm just going to take that and go into the highlighting shade in this palette, pack some on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Rose Toner from Wet n Wild. This is their face rose toner that they just launched with this collection, and I'm going to spritz some on the brush, fan it out a little bit, and then just apply it right in that crease. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Just like that, it looks amazing. The pigmentation on this is amazing. I'm already shook. I'm just going to go ahead and do the other eye real quick. I'm honestly really shook with the way that this just glided on. It's literally so silky smooth. So I'm just going to take that same highlighting shade and I'm just going to apply it to the bottom of my brow bone, or to my brow bone I should say, just to give me a nice little glow. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this very nudie shade. It's kind of a taupey color, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Anastasia A25 brush and I'm just gonna dip into, ooh, that's messy, a lot of fallout, not chalky at all, and I'm just gonna apply it to my under eye. This is just gonna create a little bit of smoke. Do the same to the other side, and then I'm going to go in with the Morphe packer brush and I'm gonna go back into plum blue color, and I'm going to take that and just pat it into the inner portion of my eye. Next, I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe and just wipe away my under eye, any fallout that there may have been, and then again I'm gonna take that concealer brush and take some of the shimmer shade and pop it into my inner corner. I am going to take some spray and spritz my brush just to get more color payoff, and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner. Next, I'm gonna take my Alexander August Beauty eyelashes in Revues and I'm just gonna pop these on. So after I've applied the lashes, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of mascara. Normally I would use mascara on my top lashes, but because I'm not going anywhere today, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do some on my bottom lashes. And then for mascara, I did go in with the Unlash Volume and Curl Mascara from Wander Beauty. This is one of my favorite mascaras for under eye area just because it really gets them long and thin and doesn't clump up on me. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild lip scrub that they just launched as part of this collection. Oh, it's very thick in consistency. So normally I would eat my lip scrubs, but I don't know what is in this, so I'm just gonna remove it. Next, I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild Serum de Boss a la Rose. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the French side for some reason, so I'm actually gonna take the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose Primer Serum. I'm just gonna take my beauty sponge and blend that out. Next, I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild Pump Makeup Locker 3-in-1 BB Cream. I'm probably gonna go in with the thicker foundation afterward. I haven't tried this BB cream, so I'm very curious. I'm just gonna dot that in my teeth. I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and I'm just gonna blend that out. That was actually really nice. I'm actually really shook with the coverage of this. I'm still gonna go in with the heavier foundation just because for this look, I feel like I definitely need more coverage, but I can definitely see myself pulling this for an everyday makeup look because it's very nice. It kind of hid everything, but for the purposes of this video, it's not gonna do me any justice. I am gonna go in with the Photo Focus foundation. So I went ahead and dotted it on my T-zone and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that Next, I'm going to go in with my Photo Focus Concealer, and I'm just going to apply that all over my under eye. And I'm just going to blend that in using the beauty sponge. Next, I'm going to take my Dermablend powder, and I'm just going to put that all over my under eye. Next, I'm going to take my Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder, and I'm just going to take my Marc Jacobs The Face One brush, and I'm going to take it onto this, tap out any excess, and I'm just going to press that all over my skin. I like to use this for all over just because it's more natural as opposed to a brightening one. Next, I'm going to go into my Bobbi Brown Medium 2 bronzer. Next, I'm just going to take a fat, fluffy brush and I'm just going to wipe away my under eye powder. Next, I'm just going to go into the cream blush from Wet n Wild. This is a pH balanced blush and I love the idea of it. I'm kind of scared, not going to lie, because a lot of times these blushes turn extra pink on me, but we shall see. I don't know if that's picking up on camera, but it's definitely a lot pinker than I wanted it to be. But again, my pH levels are always out of control, so I'm not shocked by that, but I'm like, okay. I'm going to go back into that color I used for my inner shade. I don't have a Wet n Wild highlight, so I'm going to go ahead and use this again. I'm going to go into my Anastasia brush and I'm just going to apply that to the top of my cheekbone. So I went in with the CoverGirl lip liner in 235 Plum Partner. Next, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Bad Romance. So this isn't as pigmented as I would like, but it's still a really pretty color. I definitely would have had to have saturated my lips more with maybe a lipstick or a more lipstick liner in order to get a cool result, but I'm gonna go ahead and change and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. This is it. I really enjoyed these products. I have to say that sometimes when you receive PR, it doesn't matter how big of a fan you are of a brand, you know, obviously every now and then there are some hit and misses, and sometimes there's just certain products that don't work for you. After using the entire line all together, I have to say that I am shook. I definitely give this a thumbs up for the record. One of my favorite things was probably the eyeshadow palette. Keep in mind there are 3 versions of it. However, my favorite was the one that I used today, and that was the Secret Garden Rendezvous. I just really like these colors, and on top of that, guys, like, can I just say that this highlighting shade is everything. Like, look at this glow on my cheekbones. It's phenomenal. It looks like a highlight and I really love it. I didn't even wet my brush when I applied it to my cheekbones, so that says a lot. These are definitely a thumbs up for me. And another thing that I actually really enjoyed throughout this video was the Rose Primer Serum. This is definitely a dupe for me for the Farsali base oil or primer. I forgot what they're called, but they're like $50 at Sephora. This was the bomb.com. I have to say, this really moisturized my skin. It primed it. It didn't feel greasy. It felt really luxurious and really beautiful on the skin. And I feel like this is going to be one of those products that's definitely going to be a dupe for the Farsali. Like I said, on its own, it's pretty bomb. I mean, it is infused with rose, so really good for hydration. But on top of that, it literally let my makeup just glide on really nicely. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. It looks really nice and I look poreless. Well, I look poreless in person. On camera, I don't have enough light. So you can see some of my texture on the side of my face. That's fine. Cons of having acne growing up. What else did I like? I really like the cream blush also. It blended out better once I got it on. It's not as pink as I thought it was going to be, so that's a nice thing. When I swatched it on my finger, it turned really bright pink. And when I put it on my hand, it was like a soft pink, so I wasn't sure how it was going to react with my pH levels on my skin. I will say that with the liquid lipsticks, obviously I haven't tried all of them. The one I did try was Bad Romance, which is a really beautiful color. But again, because it's such a pastel-y color, you definitely need to use a lip liner underneath. Otherwise, it just won't stick to your lip. But these retail for like $3.99. I know this because I've actually purchased some myself from Walgreens. And I love the formulation. I'm not complaining though for that price point. Other than that, guys, that basically concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and make sure you turn on those notifications to be notified every time I upload a video. And until next time, guys, DGAFpanda out.